Okay, so we're gonna install one of our typical rodent bait stations, the Aegis bait stations, to a couple of different surfaces. We're gonna start off with this wooden panel, and just for exercise purposes, we're using the building, the Pest Pros building, and as we're looking at it, a good placement would be down by the AC unit and by the garage doors. And as we can see, there is a nice gap here. So I'm going to be putting the bait station right alongside of this wall. As I look at it, I can tell there's some rot to the wood, so I'm not going to be installing it right near the framing here. I'm going to feel my way down to a nice sturdy part of the building, and this is where I'm going to put it. So when we're looking at placement, we want the station to be sitting about an inch off the ground roughly, so that the mice can still access the entry point, but also so it's not sitting flush with the surface and rainwater and debris can't accumulate inside here. So we're gonna put it up about 1 inch. So once I have my placement figured out, I'm gonna take my impact driver and a pole barn screw. I'm gonna go ahead and pop open the Aegis station. Inside the stations, they have 2 markings here and here that are easier to input your drill. And you can move it up here too. You can put it up as high as you want. If there needs to be an adjustment to the placement, let's say that there was a concrete break from here down and you still wanted your station to hang down a little low, you can put your screw up higher for that purpose. But since we want to only have it about an inch off the ground here, I'm going to take it, I'm going to go in nice and easy into the wood panel. I want it so that it can't really be shifted back and forth very easily, and for when it shuts, again, we have a nice access underneath where water can drain, debris can move, and the mice can still access the station. So we have that installed. We put our bait in, and then if you've noticed the secondary pilot hole here, that is to keep our our stations. This way, if an off-target species comes to open our station, it has a much harder time breaking through that locking mechanism with a secondary lock there. Now sometimes you will go through the mortar before you hit your line on the drill bit. And either way, as long as you carefully install the pole barn screw and the station on, you will not strip the mortar. That also depends on the wear and tear and the age of the building. So now that we have our pilot hole, we're going to take our impact driver. Works much better if both of your batteries are charged, but we're going to take our impact driver. We're going to go ahead and line it up, and that's where we're going to slowly tap that in until we hear it click. There it is. So now that's nice and stationed. Close it and then anchor it down with that second pole barn for extra security. All right, and there we have it. This is the same concept as it would be into a brick mortar home as well. So again, for training purposes, we're going to utilize the back side of the building, and we're going to do an example of drilling through a mortar of hollow block into cement with your cement drill bit. You will need a 5/32 of an inch drill bit and a hammer drill, Aegis station, and impact driver and pole barn screws. So first you have to figure out where your placement's going to be. And again, from the last video, if we want it sitting about an inch off of the surface, inch off of the ground cover here, that's about where I want it. And now it's a little harder to go through the mortar than it is the wood panel, so I'm going to score it with my pole barn or with my drill bit right where I want it to sit. So I'm having it here. I take and I'm just going to lightly tap it That way I can see right where I want it. That's going to be my placement. Now, I have also marked on here, you can barely see it anymore, with the Sharpie marker, the length of my pole barn screw. So it comes down to about right here, and now my marker has faded away a little bit, but I remember what it looks like there. So I'm going to move some of these rocks out of the way so I can get a nice level install. Okay, got it here.